A story of challenging youth incarceration in Louisiana. Our hearts in gratitude go to the parents and members of FLIC who share their stories, advocate for children, and face challenges described in this book. FLIC is also grateful for all those who contributed their resources, time, and effort. Please take care. The book is intended for parents, adults, and mature youth and is not recommended for children without the supervision and guidance of an adult. The content can be triggering, especially for those most negatively impacted by incarceration and systemic racism.
There once was a place called Louisiana, where the people didn't understand some children. Because they didn't understand them, the people wanted to send the children away from schools and lock them in prison cells. For things that many children do and the mistakes many children make as part of growing up. They punish the children instead of helping them when they needed it, like when they were sad or sick, or when they had trouble learning. Noah was one of these children.
Louisiana's youth justice system has earned a reputation as one of the worst in the nation. In the past few decades, there have been frequent news stories and public reports of abuse and violence in Louisiana's youth prisons. As a result of systemic racism, Black and brown children are most vulnerable. In Louisiana, Black youth are 5 times more likely than white youth to be incarcerated.
Noah had ADHD, which means that his brain worked differently than other kids' brains. It was hard for him to listen, to follow instructions the way the teachers wanted, and to focus. Sometimes he just couldn't sit still. But the teachers became angry and told him he was acting up. They didn't see that he was really trying and that he was also very bright and creative. They kicked him out of different schools again and again and again.
When school discipline policies and practices push our nation's children, especially our most vulnerable children, out of classrooms and into the criminal justice system, this is referred to as the school-to-prison pipeline. Students who are suspended are more likely to enter the criminal justice system than students who are allowed to stay in school. One study demonstrated that children who are suspended even once in the 9th grade were 2 times more likely than other students to drop out.
The same thing was happening to other kids whose brains worked differently. Additionally, any kid could be having problems with the way they were thinking and feeling because of life changes, like moving to a different home, divorce, or death in the family. They could be kicked out of school for days or even months.
57% of incarcerated youth were sent to prison for offenses that did not involve violence or weapons. 73% of incarcerated youth in Louisiana suffer from mental health challenges.
Sometimes it was just one simple act that landed a kid in trouble. Noah heard about Amanda, a sophomore in Shreveport, who was expelled for 1 year because she had Advil in her purse. In Alexandria, Marion, a 2nd grader, brought her grandfather's antique pocket watch for show and tell, and she was suspended for a month because the watch had a 1-inch pocket knife.
Zero-tolerance policies are policies that require suspensions and expulsions without considering the circumstances.
Noah heard of similar things happening in other states too. In Colorado, a kindergartner was suspended for bringing a bubble-blowing gun to school. In Illinois, a 6-year-old named Madison was handcuffed for taking candy off her teacher's desk.
In the past few decades, our nation and state have been moving in the wrong direction by enacting zero-tolerance policies, which fuel the school-to-prison pipeline. Sadly, these stories are true. Take a few deep breaths and express how you are feeling and what you are thinking.